Vitamin J here, having an interesting experience that I wanted to share. I wanted to let people know that the mechanism of crying, of shedding tears, I think it's just sort of a wonderful built-in mechanism that God put in us to allow us to release pent-up energy, pent-up emotion, repressed feelings. I wanted to turn the camera on because as I was doing the 5 rites, emotions started coming forth, and a couple tears came forth. And that happens regularly for me. It's been happening for 15, 20 years as I've been on this journey of awakening and self-discovery and healing. I also wanted to sort of segue into the breath and how the breath is such a major key to the process of healing and awakening. What I discovered for myself is, you grow up and you're especially as men, we're programmed to build this sort of physical, muscular armor to sort of hold everything in, to be tough, to be cool. We're not supposed to cry, we're not supposed to be emotional. But what I found is that as I was getting older and older, I was getting, into my I guess, teens and 20s, I was getting angrier and angrier and more miserable. And something sort of popped about 20 years ago, and I had like almost a near-death experience. A series of really horrific things happened to me in a row, and I just graduated college, and I actually considered suicide. But thank God that I chose to wake up instead. And so I sort of instinctively started to take these long walks in the woods, and it kind of started from there. And it didn't take me, or actually it took me about 10 years after that to realize that I was continuously holding in my stomach throughout my life. And as I began to sort of relax my stomach and to let go of my gut, to just sort of let it go and to sort of be in that place where I'm naturally breathing, a lot of stuff started coming forth, a lot of just feelings and emotions and things that I needed to let go of. So I just kind of wanted to let everyone know that it's okay to cry. We need to cry, especially men. We often hear that, hey, big boys don't cry. You know what? Big boys die of a heart attack at age 50. So I certainly don't believe in that bullshit. I wanted to give 3, maybe not 3, I don't think I need to get into all of them right now, but I wanted to give you a simple exercise to do with your breath. I call it power breathing. And this is going to be an interesting thing if you do try it, because what's going to happen is, if you do it the right way, stuff is going to come up. You are going to be energized and you're going to feel more alive, but you're also going to have things come out of you that maybe you've been stuffing in. So power breathing is something you can do anytime, anywhere. By the way, I'm listening to classical music, and classical music is just so wonderful. Music is a vibration. It's a frequency. And whenever I listen to classical music, it opens me. It expands me. I know it's good for me at so many levels. So back to power breathing. Basically what you're doing is it's a 4-step sequence. The initial step is called, let's just say you're breathing in through your nostrils. It's key to breathe in through your nose. The nose has sort of, it's kind of like a microcosm of the lungs. When we breathe through our mouth, we're not sort of cleansing that air that's coming into our system. When we breathe through our nose, there's a cleansing mechanism that takes place. So always breathe through your nose and out through your mouth if you want, or your nose. So the first step is you are breathing in through your nose on a count of maybe 5 to 10 seconds, and it's up to you to figure out what that number is for you. And as you're breathing in, what you want to first do is to fill up your abdomen. Most of us are just breathing in our chest. It's sort of like survival, flight or fight breathing that we're sort of well, we grow up and we're sort of, again, our joy, our will, our personal power is taken from us, and so we have to sort of stay in our chest. So the first move, the first step is to breathe in through your nostrils and to take in as much air as you can into your nose, and then you'll fill up your chest. So it's kind of like this. Okay, that took about maybe 6-7 seconds, okay? After that, the second step is to hold that breath, again, for 5 to 10 seconds. Hold it. So I won't demonstrate that because you know what I mean there. And then after that, the third step is to breathe out of your mouth, again, for 5 to 10 seconds. So it's something like this. And you want to breathe out as much air as you possibly can. We are all walking around with stale air at the bottom of our gut that really never leaves. You know, so if you try breathing out as much as you possibly can, it's gonna enliven you. You're gonna feel exhilarated because you're getting rid of stale air. The fourth and final step is after you have breathed out all that stale air, you are in this place of what I call no breath, where 5 to 10 seconds on that as well, and then you start the cycle over again. You know, you can do maybe 5 to 10 cycles at a time. I would suggest just starting with 1 or 2, and again, exploring this. Most of us are not used to breathing, to letting go of our breath and letting come to the surface things that need to come up. So try this, be delicate with yourself. It's a good idea to do this outside in the sun. But it's a great primer for exercise. Today I've actually already done 5 rides, some rebounding, some sun gazing, so I feel pretty electric. And I had the impetus to go ahead and make this video on your breath. Another quick breath. Got 8 minutes. I want to remember to keep these kind of short because most of us have the attention span of a gnat. Most of us have, or a lot of us have, trouble getting to sleep at night. We lay down and we're just bombarded with the monkey mind, just continuous mind chatter, fears, worries. We're in the past, we're in the future. We're not in our body, we're not in our breath. So this simple exercise you can do anytime, anywhere, especially at night when you're trying to wind down and go to sleep. Also, if you're watching a lot of TV at night, that's going to make it more difficult for you to fall asleep because you are basically stimulating your nervous system, and you're also filling your mind with lots of different thoughts. Especially if you were watching the news, oh my God, turn that shit off. It's nothing but negativity. Get rid of it in your life. You're poisoning yourself. So back to the simple breath technique. What you do is you're laying down, you're as relaxed as you can, and all you're doing is you're gently bringing your attention, your awareness, to the rhythm of your breathing. It is a process of surrendering and allowing. You're not forcing or trying to breathe in any particular way. You're simply sort of watching curiously the rhythm of your breath. You're watching. And again, we can focus our attention on anything that we want. We can focus it on Dancing with the Stars. We can focus it on the thoughts in our head. Or we can focus our attention on our breathing. And what happens, you'll find that as you can bring your attention more and more to the simple rhythm of your breath. And initially your mind is going to wander, but you've got to be vigilant about continuously bringing that monkey back to the present moment and getting it onto your breath. And what happens is pretty miraculous because your body starts to relax, your mind starts to quiet. And when I share this with people, inevitably they will come back to me and say, good Lord, man, that worked. Before I knew it, I was asleep. So, a couple things for you to try. Remember, emotion, feeling the ability or having the ability to have a cry, that is a strong, powerful thing. When little kids get upset, they'll cry. They'll get it out of their system. And I'm not encouraging to to just be a big fat crybaby. You know, this is not about engaging in drama and because a lot of times what I used to wrestle with is I would get caught up in sort of the victimhood of sort of the drama behind the emotion, and now I've kind of gotten to the point now where if something needs to come forth, you know, maybe I have a thought about the state of the world and it gets to me and I want to do something about it, or you know, maybe I miss my kids. You know, I don't live with them, so I don't see them all the time. Or there could be a lot of times we are so contracted, we are so tense that crying, that release, you know, we all feel good after a good cry. That's universal, baby. So that feeling, what it does for our vibration, it enlivens us. So remember that. Remember to be true to yourself, be courageous, be brave, be strong, all that good stuff. And don't be afraid of classical music either, baby. You know, I'll listen to some Backstreet Boys and sing my heart out, but I'll also hang out and listen to some Debussy all day long if I choose to. So make it a great day.